Yep. In the title block, yes. Okay, we'll go through this today.
Okay. Because those are two of the things that I really haven't got a grasp on yet.
Okay, no problem. So, for example, we will start by the first thing, how to rename your pieces by default. So, do you see here under Output tab you have a prefix, assign change prefix. This is the manual way. It will do that only for one piece. But
Right.
here we have prefix settings when you click here. So when you click here we have advanced. This advanced section always is hard coded, is always grayed out. We cannot change that. So go to user, click on the little plus on the left of that, go to default. So now you have beam, curved beam, plate, grading, special parts, all the pieces that advanced still contain. So now for example if you want to rename beams, go to beams. Now you have any, all the type of beams. When you
Right.
click on the little plus, you have all the source. You have the column, the beams here, the base plate. You have all the prefixes. For example, Advanced Steel, when he recognizes a piece, like if he recognizes a column, he will attribute C as prefix.
Okay.
So now when you want to change something, like for example for plates, for a simple plate, instead of P, you want something else, just come here and put it here and here. That's it.
Single part. Okay. A couple questions on this screen here. You
Yep.
have angle and angle. What's the difference in those two?
Uh, this is really good question. Um,
Is the angle back to back angle
mm,
type of deal or?
I really I don't know the difference between them, but I have done some tests on that. And like for example, like here, I have done, well, the prefix sign by default is B, but angle is it's M. So if you wanna, like for example, just change the angle, change only the B, and for example, here let's take column as the main example. Like here, if I within my model here, if I don't put the model role here column, he won't assign C as prefix.
Right.
So for example, if you change that, if you change the I'm sorry, the battery of my my mouse is down. I'm gonna change it. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm here. So I was saying that here, if you don't put any model role here, the prefix won't be assigned. So just do some tests while changing all your defaults here. Just do tests. But the thing is, well, it will be really simple. Here, it will be really simple. Um,
Okay.
I don't know what exact piece do you want to change, but
If that's for the if you just change so if you wanted to do all the so like I know what James is saying because like on all of the fittings which is a single part that you're calling it like all the angles we named them as an A prefix, a small A prefix, and all of the plates we have them as a small
Okay.
And so if we're doing the entire model and we want all the plates, we want all the angles to be the A and the P prefix,
Yep.
do we select all the members in the model first to do that, or is there a way to
Nope.
set that up initially?
No. Well, here, just don't start any numbering within your model, okay?
Okay.
If the numbering is done, just delete it using those guys here.
Okay.
After that, if you come to angle, like do you want an angle, you want a small a, put it here and here. For the plates, here, put small p and here small p. Now, if you apply that, no, I haven't done any changes. If you apply that and hit OK, that will, when you start your numbering, he will come here and put P in every single plate.
Okay.
But for plates, if it is a base plate, maybe he won't put small p because there is here base plate. Base plate. Here it is. You have to put small p for base plate 2, for gusset plate 2, you know, for end plate 2. That's the thing.
Okay. Okay.
Because we have all the mother rolls here. You know, sandwich plate, shear plate.
So you got to go through and okay.
Yeah, you have to go through all of them here. But once it's done, it will be there for life.
Okay, so this is like the main.
Yeah, this is the source. This is the source. Yeah.
Of advanced then. So but we have to. Let me back up. Then you would have to do that for each model. Then.
Nope.
So it's saved in that model for life.
No, once it's done for life.
So when I open up another model, it's still saved that way.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty simple now. Now, where did you go again to get that again? Go back.
Just here. Prefix settings.
Okay.
When you click, go to user,
User. Okay.
default. You know, here we have beams. Sometimes you have to do it within beams and within plates. Because if I go to plates here, I will find just plate as I did here. You know, the word just plate is on beam. You know, it's under beam category and under plates category. You see what I mean? Sometimes you have to change it. If just start by doing tests.
Okay.
If the numbering is right, by just changing it here, so it's okay though. But if it doesn't work, just come here or check for the other part. Well, the two.
I guess you have to do the same thing in folding plates too, then. Like
Maybe
using a
yes.
bit plate.
No, for folding plates you only have 3. Here you have clip angle, but for clip angle you have to do it here.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just go through all those folders, but once it's done for life.
Okay. All right.
Is it clear, James?
Yeah, kinda.
Don't seems to be sure.
Well, it's just because I'm gonna have like let's say an angle brace.
Yep.
That's gonna be, to me, that's gonna be an M for miscellaneous, but somewhere else it may be a small, a lowercase CLT for clip angle, and I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing to get those set so that they work properly.
Well, just start by doing tests. If you get the result that you want, right. If not, well, just call me or something, you know, or send me an email. We will go through that. We will find a solution for what you're looking for.
Okay.
Seems to be good.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the other question again?
If I have a beam and it's like B1, I want the sheet number to be B1 also.
Oh, yes. Here. I'm gonna search for. So here, instead of 004, you want to have B13, right?
Correct.
You have to modify that within the title block, so I have to open the title block again. So here we'll delete those circles. I will start by exploding this. Here, instead of drawing number, we will go and here tokens. Okay, so drawing number. Okay, here instead of drawing number, okay, this is the list of advanced steel tokens. Here we have drawing number. This is the explanation, and this is the token. By default, what we got here is the drawing number. So we should put the piece mark number, the piece mark of the object instead. To do that, well, okay, here I have here attribute. Enter the attribute name. I have just to copy this one. To copy it, paste it here. Here for the prompt, just put some X's or piece mark number. I'm gonna copy it here. I'm gonna copy that here. I'm gonna define that. Close it. Well, it's really huge. I'm gonna just right click here, properties. And here for the height, I'm gonna put it to 316. I'm not really sure about the text height. I'm gonna go and search for the text here. Okay, 1.8. Gonna copy it from this one. So this one. Now I'm gonna move this token down here. I have to purge, as we saw. I'm gonna purge all, close. Now I have to reblock it again. So B enter. Here Nia. My per steel page header, convert to block, pick point, this one, select object. Yes, that's it. Perfect. So now when I will use this one here, instead of drawing number, I will have the piece mark number. Let's do test. I close it. I'm gonna save it. Here I'm gonna go to QuickDocs. Main parts. Selection main parts. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Seems to be good.
Yeah.
So is that safe for life, Hansa?
Yep. Well, for the prototype setting, for the prefix settings, for the lists, once you do that, it's there. You know, it's saved. It's there.
Okay. I guess James, probably what we have to do is once we go through and set up our model,
Yep. You have to do that.
Drawing style for our clients. Just change all that stuff then.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take some time to get everything to be set like we want it. You know,
Yeah.
the way we're used to seeing it, I guess. Once it's done, then we should be good.
Yep. So now, do you have any other questions other than that?
No.
Okay. So today we will see some views, you know, the creation of some views within the model. We will start with the node detail. Okay, we will start with the cameras. How to create a camera. For camera creation, here we have camera at UCS. The name of the icon is camera at UCS, so it have a relationship to do with the UCS position. So now, for example, if I want to create a camera on this elevation, the position of my UCS is really perfect. You see it right now?
Uh-huh.
So now, if for example I want to I just put my UCS on Word, they want just to create a camera on this node here. So I will return to my tools here, and I have create camera UCS. When I click here, I only have to click where I want to have the origin of my camera. And here it is. This is the camera. One thing that you shouldn't forget is the camera type. Here I'm gonna go to node because this is camera. There are many kinds of cameras, you know, within advanced cell. Anchor plan, anchor detail, elevation, intersection, node. We'll go through the most of them. So now we'll start with node. Here for the detail box. For the detail box is just the area that is this camera is covering. So within the z-axis, it's not checked. So if I check it, do you see this one here? Just appeared. We will uncheck that. So the camera will cover from here to here. This is the front one. If I want the rear, if I go here, So I will see the rear. Now for the X and Y viewport, is it automatic? If it's automatic, it will detect all the base plates within this plane here. So it will be, if I let it to automatic, it will be my anchor plane. I don't want to see my anchor plane, so I will just hit fixed, and now I will be able to put values here, or either to put values here or just close that and select it and drag it manually, redimension it, so it will cover this node here, the detail, just the detail that I want. Seems to be good.
Yep.
So when you pick that, okay, when you had your UDS in the right plane, then you just pick that particular point.
No. Well, what's really matter is the UCS position.
Right. Once you got it in the right position.
Yeah, no matter where it is. Like for example,
Okay.
if the UCS is here, I can have my camera here.
Okay.
It's not really where the UCS must be.
You just putting the you just want the UCS in the position you want to view from.
Exactly. Well, the thing is, when I put my UCS on word position, this is his word position. It has nothing to do with the camera I'm creating. Like I can have my UCS here and create my camera here.
Okay.
See what I mean?
So you can just move the camera where you want to move it.
Yep. But you know, the while clicking the first time to do your camera, the UCS has nothing to do with that.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
So I will just keep my camera here.
So what?
Yep.
I guess I missed that point because I was doing something else. I thought you said that I guess I misunderstood you. That the UCS had to be in.
No.
Okay.
Well, I will do it again.
Thank you.
No problem. So the UCS, the only thing that you should pay attention to is the X and Y position. If the X and Y is within the plane that you want to create your camera on, that's the only thing that matters.
Okay.
So if my UCS is here, I can create a camera here, here. I just chose to create a camera here.
Okay.
It's not really related. So I will just move my UCS here just to give you an example. My UCS is really here. So now if I move to Tools, Create Camera at UCS, I have just to click to pick a point.
Okay.
Here, if I go select the type, node, detail box, don't forget to your area that will be covered by your camera. Here, if you want it to be, if you know your values, just enter them. If not, just hit fix and do it manually. Here, when I select, I have to redimension the camera. That's it. So now, it's really important just to remember the camera type that you were using. After that, if you select the camera and go to Quick Documents, here under Traveling Processes we have Cameras. Here I have all cameras that will detect all the cameras, but only anchor, intersection, node, overview, roof. But here I have selected, and as I have selected here node for the type of camera, under the quick documents, I will pick selected camera node. It have to be the same type of camera.
Okay.
Now I have to pick selected camera node, page full and CC. If I hit use, okay.
I don't think your camera was selected.
Oh yeah. So here I will go again, use. Now it's working. Now the name of the camera is NCC camera 10.dwg. So if I select the camera, right click, we have show camera detail. I click here. Here it is. This is a top view of my I'm gonna put it a little bit here just to make it cleaner.
So it's not showing your anchor bolts. Is that because you didn't go deep enough?
No, this kind of camera don't show the anchor bolts.
Okay.
It will depend on the type of camera that you will use.
So you needed an anchor detail, probably.
Yes,
So you just did the node camera.
exactly. Just to see what's happening here. So now, for example, for the same node, I want, instead of, do you see this arrow? Instead of seeing from the top, I will have like an elevation camera. The first thing I will have to do is just to adjust my UCS. So I will return here and rotate it around x-axis here, X and Y. So now I will return to tools and create camera UCS here. So if I pick anchor detail this time, here, front, rear, fixed, and I will have to do it manually. Oops. Okay, so now if I select this camera, go to quick documents, oops, here, quick documents, we'll have to go to drawing styles, here, anchor, not this one. Let's try this one. Gonna let it like this for the scale. NCB, okay, number 11. Pick this one, show camera detail. I'm gonna scale it up. Oh, here we go. We have our anchors here, our bolts. So what I did is I have selected my camera, but as I have selected here anchor detail, and within processes I don't have any process for anchor detail. Here, if you go to drawing processes, camera, you have anchor, but you don't have anchor detail. On all and on selected, you don't have it. So in this case, you have to go to drawing styles. You have cameras. When you click here, you have several types of drawing styles. This drawing style will just, no matter which type of camera, if you select one of them, it will work. So just select the one that you are using. Like for this one, it won't show you any profile, it will show you just lines. That will be used on roof plans or something like that.
Okay. So like that one that you showed with I think it was an embed detail or something, that would be good to use it then on, like there.
Yes?
Not that sheet, the one above.
This one?
No, the one above. Yeah. So that detail you just created is similar to detail like this, so you can use that sheet to create that detail.
Well, for this kind of detail, we will see another style, which is better instead
what
of.
style did you use to make that anchor detail?
I have used this one because I saw the anchors here.
Okay.
So now, for example, do you want to try it first?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I will let you 5 minutes to do that. So now we have seen the camera on a node. Now, if, for example, I want the anchor plan, but by using a camera, it's exactly the same thing. Just put your UCS onward position, go to Tools, and here create camera UCS. Now select the anchor plan level, like just no matter where you put your camera, it will detect that. Here under detail box, this time don't hit fixed. If you hit fixed, you have to redimension your camera so it will cover everything. But without hitting fixed, it won't cover. Without hitting fixed, it will cover everything automatically. The only thing that you have to do is just to select front and rear depth. So now it will, for the front and rear, that's okay. For the properties here, just select anchor plan. Now if I select my camera, go to quick documents. Here I will go to processes. I could have used this one. It will give the same result. But I will show you the other way. Here, camera. Selected camera, anchor, CD. Okay. Hit use. It's okay. So now if I select my camera, go to visualize what's the result. Gonna change the scale to something. It's a little bit bigger, but here we go. We have all the dimensions. Do you see it here? Well, for the anchor plans, you have to do some cleanup. You have all the dimensions here, the north arrow. Seems to be good.
Yes.
Do you want to try it, or do you want me to go to the other part?
Yeah, I want to try it real quick.
Okay. I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, for example, I wanna absolutely use a camera, but I want to have this elevation created within the camera. So what will be the first thing to do, guys?
I guess rotate the UCS.
Exactly, so you will have to rotate your UCS within your elevation. Here the Y is up, so I have to rotate it one more time. That's perfect. I will move it so you will see what I'm talking about. You see it? The Y is up, the X is here, and the Z is here.
And that's the direction you want to look in. Yes.
Exactly. I want to have this elevation here.
Right.
So now, while creating my camera here, create camera at UCA, I don't have to click here. I can simply just click here, and on the type I can go elevation. For the detail box, for the Z direction, I only have to check those two boxes. As I said, if I let it to automatic, it will detect everything on that plan, on the X and Y plan, and that will include my camera. But here I think he will detect the first elbow of my handrail section. We will see that. Well, that's fine. Not really bothering. So I'm gonna select that, go to output, quick docs. Now, selected camera, elevation. We don't have it. We don't really have it here. So you will have to go under drawing styles, cameras. Here we have this elevation. See, the last one is an elevation view. So if you hit just use, it's okay. Now if you select an NCC format, number 13, if I click here, show camera detail, as I said, he will show the elevation. Oh, yeah, I have a lot of plates here. He will show the elevation, and as I said, we will see the first part of my elbow here, because when I do something like this, do you see this is the end of we are seeing from here to here. So if I double click on my camera and on my detail box here, instead of on the front, here I will make it 6, well 8 maybe, 9. Okay, 9, that will be do the job. So now if I return to my elevation here, and go to label and dimensions. Here I'm gonna update this detail. You see it? We don't see this again because the area is not covering this elbow here.
Correct.
So that's the thing. After that, you know, you have all your info about your stuff within the within this elevation.
So once you redefine your box, how did you update that detail again?
If you go here under update detail,
Okay.
lower arrow, seems to be good for you guys.
Yep.
So this is the first. This is the first way to create an elevation. The second way to create that is if you go with just this one, this second type of creation of an elevation, not by using cameras, just by using the UCS. So now if I move my UCS here and rotate it around y-axis and around z-axis, so I will have my y up, my x down here. So you only have to put your UCS x and y axis within the elevation.
Okay.
After that, you don't have to create any camera, anything. Just go to Output, Quick Documents. So now, instead of cameras, you have elevations. When you click here, you have a lot of sorts of elevations. I'm saying a lot because you have this one is with the piece section and the piece mark. We have this one with both of them. This one with just the piece mark, nothing, just the piece section. This one is nothing. You know, we have a lot of them. Maybe we should have one just okay, we have one by dimensions, we have another one without dimensions. Well, maybe this one will do the job. If I hit use, I'm not, I haven't created anything, just put my UCS within the right elevation. If I hit OK, now I will put it here. This is number 14. So I have absolutely to go here and browse for my number 14. Open drawing. Here we go. But I still have my first elbow. But here under my model I haven't defined anything. I haven't defined the depth of the view. So what I will have to do, just close those first. What I will have to do here is, if you double click on the green box here, you will have view frame dimension. You have the view, the Z viewport. You have the front and the rear. You have 2 feet for the front. Let me check something. Are we seeing from the rear? Okay. So when I click here instead of 2 feet, so I'm gonna just put 1 feet and see what will happen. Oh, here we go. Maybe if I put 9 inches, that will fix. Oh, here we go. This is.
When you,
yep.
Can I ask you a question real quick? When you changed that, did you did an update or something?
No,
or
just hit OK. Just hit OK. Okay. Because here it's well, by the for the view depth, it's automatic. Just hit OK. Just select this one and
Okay,
hit
just hit
OK.
OK, and it automatically changes it. Okay.
Yep. Now.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, that was it for this kind of elevations.
Okay,
It's
now my
exactly.
question is,
Yep.
I don't see any like hidden lines or anything.
Yep. If you want to see the hidden lines, you have to double click here. Show hidden lines.
Okay, okay.
Hit OK. You will see the hidden lines.
All right, cool.
Any other questions?
No. That seemed to be a lot simpler to create the elevation using the UCS, right?
Yes, sometimes, but for example, if you have a really huge model, like you have this elevation, like 100 feet elevation,
Right.
if you are using the UCS, you cannot do it by parts, like the first part, the second part, the third part of the elevation, if you know what I mean. For example, if this is your elevation, this line is your elevation. With cameras, you can split it. This is the first part, this is the second part, and this is the third part.
Okay.
And you can determine your views from here to here, from here to here. But with the UCS, you can only put your UCS here. He will detect all. He won't give you the option to split up your elevation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
I think I'm good.
So now I have seen the elevation. Now the camera node. Do you want to? Okay, we'll let you 5 minutes to do some tests with just the elevations using just the UCS. I'll be right back in 3 minutes. So now, for example, guys, if you want to have a floor plan, but instead of having the members, the pieces here, you just want to have the lines. First, now I have my UCS within the X and Y axis. I have to put it into Word, so the X and Y axis will be on the plan. I have to move my UCS to the plan that I want to generate here. After that, you don't have to create any camera, anything, just select Quick Documents. Here, under Drawing Styles, you have single lines. Just select the one that you want, like for example this one, and hit Use. Hit OK. Now select your prototype that you want to use. So OK. Now it's number 15 here. So if I go to Documents Manager to visualize drawing number 15, hit OK. Oops. I have to open this one. Here we go. I have all my lines on my floor. With those here, instead of having just lines, I have profiles in here. All the dimensions, all the pieces orientation here. Is it clear, guys?
Yes. Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Now, in creating these framing plans,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a way where you can control, other than what you showed us, from the different styles you can use. Like you showed us a style where you can put dimensions, you can put anchor, where you can put piece marks, where you don't have to put piece marks, you don't have to do dimensioning.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way where you can control other things, like if you wanted to um, put like elevations or the offsets, and it'll
Mm.
put that stuff on there automatically?
Offsets?
Yeah, like I said,
Or
if your beams are down like 4 inches below the top of steel of some of the, like say if your main steel is at elevation of 10 feet, but then you got certain portions of your steel that's down 4 inches, will it show like what the level offset is
mm, well, you
on
have
the plane?
you have to put it manually. Like for example,
Uh,
here, mm, if I go to label and dimensions, um, you have insert level symbol.
uh-huh.
Here, if select detail, this one, and this level.
Hmm.
Here, well, just put this one here. We don't see it. Here we go. This is the level symbol, 15 feet. If I have like insert levels, another level symbol here, as it's okay, as it's 0, you just haven't put anything. But, oops, this one here, here we go.
Hmm.
See, that's how it works.
Okay. Now, is there a way to change um, that level symbol, or is that the only one that's in there?
You have to go and browse for the DWG, because this one is a DWG. This arrow is a DWG.
Hmm.
You have to go over the databases of the software and browse for this one and change the DWG drawing of this symbol,
Oh, okay.
as
But
well
like on that
as
framing,
as
that
well as
element, that
for.
plan you just created.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As well as for well symbols, this one is a block. The DWG of this well symbol is within the databases of the software. You can absolutely go there and browse for the DWG of this particular uh, DWG here and change it. So next time when the software will use this well symbol, it will just come up the way that you want it, you know. So what you were saying?
Like on that plan view that you created, that or that roof elevation.
Oh, this
When you
one?
just, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So say for instance, if the beams that are on that in the middle there are down 4 inches, or let's say 6 inches, or whatever it is, below what the top of steel elevation is.
Oh,
So is there a way to when you're creating the drawing, to set up to say show level offsets, so where I mean, because there may be, if you got a big floor plan.
let me check something.
Okay.
No, there is, just like this, there is no way to do that right here. But you can absolutely, for example, for this, we know that for this one here is below the top of steel by 2 inches. You can absolutely do an elevation detail and put it on the same sheet here. I can show you if you want how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that concept. It's just the fact of,
No, but you can absolutely, like, for example, if you know that this, well, that this beam here is down by 2 inches, just double click here,
yeah, you
make
said
it
it.
minus 2 inches.
Yeah, I understand that too.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
Or,
I mean, it
well,
just may
let
it
me,
may be a more complicated model to where you have a lot of
yes,
beams. I got one now that I've been working on, and there's a ton of different offsets. That's like 6 inches, 6.5, 8 inches, 4 inches throughout the whole plan. So when I generated the plan, I was able to select uh, uh, what that was an option that would show me what the level offsets are without
yeah.
having to go through and manually looking at it and seeing and
Yes, I
adding
see.
one.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Um,
So in a case like this where I got 2 or 3 of them, yeah, that's fine. But in a case like this model where I got 150
yes,
beams
I see.
on this
Um,
floor plan, and I got them all over the place, it could become very
yeah, it can become very
time consuming,
complicated.
and I mean you still got a good chance of messing up, because
Yep.
I can see you
Um,
going back and forth between plan.
I'm not saying that it's totally impossible, but till now I haven't found a way to do that. Maybe if I experience, if I do more tests on it, maybe I'm not sure, but
You know what I mean, James?
yep, I know. How can I pass? James is struggling with his microphone. Hello, James. You are muted.
No, I'm here. That wasn't me.
Okay, that was
That was me,
Donnie.
I'm sorry.
But no, I see what he's saying. But for instance, some of them user attributes, can you not put something in there and have it show up on a plan?
Yes, you can absolutely do that. That's what, let me, uh,
Because there may be camber or
Yep.
different things.
for the user attributes, it will be shown on the lists if you have some custom lists. Like on custom list, because here, when you double click, those infos are tokens, and they are tokens from this list. We don't have user attributes here. That's the thing. Let me. That's a good question. Let me. Maybe I'm gonna have to ask that to the developers. Maybe they have a way to do that. It was a good question. Yep,
Yeah, that
that's
might
my
be
first time.
a good update for Advanced Steel 2015.
Oh, no, that's the be going on right now.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
they'll be
I
doing it.
encounter a lot. Because I encounter a lot of jobs that I do that there's different offset. I mean, especially when you're dealing with
Yep, and it's
when you
normal.
got joists. Yeah, when you got joist framing in, you got different joist seat depths, and
Yep.
so. And then like this one building I'm working on right now, I mean, there's different elevations in the slab. So on the first floor plan, so there's I mean, there's a ton of different elevations that I'm working with. I mean, there are not a ton. It's like 3 different elevations that I'm working with, but they throughout the different parts of the building.
Yep. Yep.
So,
I
and
see.
then like James said, you know, you got camera that we show on the plan. Maybe I mean, there's several different options that you might want to show on the plan that you don't want to have to go back and manually do. But if you got the options to turn those things on and off,
Yep.
then
Yep. I see what's
same
sure.
on the elevation. I mean, I can create my elevation view, and I can just click an option where I can show the levels, you know, and it'll give me that level without having to manually do it like you showed me a minute ago. So that was just a couple of things that would probably be helpful.
Yep. Front and rear. I'm gonna try this by using a camera, and this time I'm gonna use the roof plan on the type. Let's see what will be the result. Here, select the camera, roof plan. I don't think that they have this. Camera detail. Nope. That's a good question. Maybe I will have an answer by tomorrow. Okay, so that was the floor plan. Let's go and see the create camera at node. For example, I wanted to create a camera at this node here. When you check, okay. Instead of creating camera at UCS, you have here create camera at node, and now you only have to select the intelligent box. When you hit enter, it will give you the arrows from where you want to see. Okay, I'm gonna use this one here, hit enter. Now he will just create a box like a camera. When you double click, you don't have to go into detail box, it's already created. So now this camera type by default is node. When you select this one, you know the rest of the steps here. Selected camera, selected camera node. That will do the job. Here we go. The only thing was, instead of selecting this one and create manually your box, you have selected create camera at node and select the intelligent box, so the camera box will be created automatically. Seems to be good, guys?
Can you readjust that one?
Yep. When you click on no matter what camera box, you will be able to readjust it.
Okay.
If you know the values, it's better to come and put them here. So now let's say if I want some isometric views. Here, for example, I want this view here. If I go to quick documents, here under drawing styles, I have views, the last one. Here I have this one, for example, this one with no dim, no label. So we'll just use the first one. Click, it's okay. I'm gonna put it on an existing drawing. For example, okay, I'm gonna put it on new drawing. CC, yep.
So you can select which sheet these views go on.
Oops, I'm sorry.
So you
Yes.
can select which
Yes,
sheet these
it's
go
on exactly. But I just don't know whether because the sheet have to be closed. It have to be closed. Okay, let's see. I forgot something first before I start doing my view. You have to put your UCS within the view. You remember while showing you the UCS tabs here, I told you that this one UCS at view, we will use it while generating some isometric views. So now, when you click here, the UCS, the X and Y axis will be parallel to my view. So when I rotate, do you see the Z axis is pointing toward me? Gonna do undo again. Do you see the X axis, the X and Y axis?
Mm-hmm.
It is within the view, within the isometric view. Now, if I go here to Quick Documents, hit Use. Okay. That will be number 19. If I go to Document Manager, browse for number 19. Here we go. I have a lot of labels because of my stairs. So maybe I will delete my stairs. Oops. I have to delete my railing first. After that, the stair. Maybe those two pieces here too.
Wait a minute, now
I'm sorry?
you're totally deleting those out now in order to create that view. Can you just turn that off? And it won't create that?
If you turn it off, it won't. It will be created. Even if you turn it off within the model, it will be created. So now I have to force the update. You can absolutely let it there, but I just don't want to go over cleaning.
Right, I understand.
I have to change the scale. Here. It's a little bit bigger. Perfect. Now, do you see the axis here? When you click, here you have the grid intersection. The grid extension. Do you see it here is 1 inch. If you put it to 0, it will be stretched back. But if I need it to be more stretched back, I have to put negative numbers. So -2 maybe. Well, minus half an inch. I have to double click on the other direction too, just to make it this one. Seems to be good, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems. I see what Tony was saying a while ago. It seems like there should be able to way to create an asymmetric view with just the parts you want without having to delete something.
Right. Just be able to select what you want without selecting the whole thing. And then it won't. The other parts won't show up. I mean, because I understand now. You just deleted the stair out,
Yep.
and I mean, I guess you can go back and undo and put put it back in there. Uh, but
Mm-hmm.
this seems to me you should be able to, once you select the ISO view, it should be able to ask you to select object or visible. And if you want visible, you just hit the whole thing. If you want part of it, you just select what parts you want, and then
Well,
it'll just create.
I could absolutely just select, like for example, this is my stair. Just select them and hit delete. After that,
No,
if I
I mean
what you are saying. Yep.
in the model itself before you even create the view.
Oh, just to hide it?
Yeah. Like
No,
you
it
hit
won't
that,
work. He will
or just
detect
select
it.
what you want.
He will
Or even
detect
if the
it.
stair was still on, just select what you want out of it.
Um,
Hit the ISO view for just that portion of it that you selected.
like
It
by
doesn't give you an
selection
option.
here, we have an option by selection.
Okay.
Let me check for that. Let me import fuse. Well, let me. Okay. Yes. Yeah, okay, that's the one. Yep. Well, you can absolutely create a camera within this UCS. That's the best part. For example, if you want to just have this part here, or this part without deleting the stairs, as you was saying, you can absolutely just come here and put let the UCS right where it is, or just put it gonna put it to view again just to see it this way. So you will have to put the camera here, create the camera. So the camera will be created. My snaps. So you see the camera, which way it's created. So now you have only to determine your box by by just clicking here for the don't let it fixed, don't let it automatic, because it will give you the wrong results. Now just redimension your camera. That will work.
Okay. So you change the UCS to.
Yes, the key step is to change the UCS here. UCS at the view. Yeah, just make yourself on the right view and put your UCS on view. After that, if you just want it to be like this without creating a camera, go here under view, the last one, or create a camera. Seems to be good.
Yeah.
I will let you 5 minutes to experience that, guys. I'll be right back. Any success doing that, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. For you, Tony, if you want to have parts, like for example this part of your model, as if you said that you want to have an isometric but with parts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with
What?
certain parts. I mean, I may just want. I don't want to. If I don't want to see the stair, like you just deleted out the stair, I was just trying to figure out a way without having to delete something out that I have in my model, and just be able to select the items that I want to select to create in the 3D view.
So you have to go to Quick Documents. Here we have Detail Node. When you select that, you have to select a window
Okay.
like here, but when you select like my stairs is here. So just check what I will have as a result. It's number 22. This is really huge. I'm gonna scale it.
Yeah,
See the
there you go.
part, see the part that but I don't have the rest of parts. You know, all my structure without the stairs.
Yeah, I mean, see, in this case, what I would do, if there was a way I could turn off that layer stick. Now, I guess that's the other thing. If I created that stair on a certain layer, and I don't know if we even talked about this or not. We may have, I may have forgot. But if I created that stair on a certain layer, I could just, can I turn that layer off?
Well, even
And,
if you turn the layer off here within the model, or you just hide the stairs and you start an isometric view for the whole model, the stair will appear even if it's shown within the 3D model.
okay. But I thought you just select, so that option you just showed me where you put the window around and selected those options, those objects. Even if the stair is hidden, it'll still pick it up, you're saying?
Yep.
Oh my
With
goodness.
with the both of them here, detail node or the view,
Mm,
it will still pick the stair.
okay.
Even if you know you have to, if you don't want to see the stairs within your model, within your 3D view, the best way maybe is just to delete it within the 3D view, not within the model as I just did.
Yeah, yeah. But it should be a way just to select what you want and create it without having to, or be able to turn off or hide it and create it.
Yep.
That's just me.
Which option did you, which drawing did you use to create that, Hamza? I didn't see the first part of that.
I went here under, yes, under quick documents. Here I went to detail node.
The first one up there.
Well, under detail node, and after that you will see the one that fits your needs.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of them.
See, this is where we get the option in ScrewCAD to be able to define what we, instead of picking a view like you're showing us,
Yep.
we're able to pick, there's a dialog box that comes up, and as, you know, a dozen or so things that we can either turn on or off, that we can control the way the drawing looks.
Oh,
You know.
yeah, I see.
Here it gives you a nice picture of what you're going to get, but it doesn't really give you a total control of what you want on the drawing.
But it will depend on what you want. Like, for example, it won't give you any dimensions on isometric view, that's for sure. But, you know, on an isometric view, you have, you know, there are many, there are just, there aren't a lot of parameters that you will have to control. You know, just for example, if you want to see bolts, if not, if you want to have the piece mark or not, the piece section, you know, for the detail, for the hidden lines, if you want it or not, you know, they are all there. If you
Yeah.
if you want the arrows or just here like this, that's well, for me this is really visual. I have never worked with Strucad to tell you, but you know, well, that's how it works with AdvanceCell.
Right, I understand.
I see part of what Tony's saying, but I mean, if it's giving you the option to select what items you want in the view, it it should only put those items in the view.
Mm-hmm. Without still picking up what you got turned off. Or
No, you don't have to. You don't have to select anything. Like here before, you don't have any option to tell it just to not to show balls or something like that. Just select the right view the first time. That's it.
I guess if it's going to do that, then it shouldn't even ask you to select objects.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It should just pick the darn thing and keep going.
Seems to be
All
good,
right.
guys.
It's a teaser.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm good.
Do you need to practice the detail node and the isometric views?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, that was it for today. It was only the cameras, the views, elevation, floor plans. For tomorrow we will well, for today we'll let you more time to practice. For tomorrow, try to get the maximum questions that you will have. So because tomorrow will be mainly, I have two parts, two theory, like around 20 or 30 minutes of theory. After that, that will be questions. So just try to practice today and prepare your questions for tomorrow. That will be mainly a question session.
Okay.
Seems to be good?
I can get plenty of those. That's no problems.
So if we don't have questions, well, of course, like you come up with a bunch of questions, but if we, let's say, could you go back and review certain things then?
Well, I
In
will
tomorrow's
have two parts of theory, the
After
user
theory.
section and the GAM. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen that yet. But other than that, I don't have any new theory for you guys.
Oh, okay.
You are getting good. So we'll take it from there and talk to you tomorrow, guys.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're pretty
Have a good one.
welcome. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.